I'll go see any game anywhere and be totally happy. I take a typewriter sometimes just to keep up a running commentary.
Why have you said baseball is a metaphor for life?
Well, I've read that from Tom Boswell, for crying out loud. All the great baseball writers have said some version of it. Baseball is pastoral. You know, if you see it in its best circumstances, it's God's game on God's grass under God's own light. You know, guys who should not be great at what they do are great at what they do. And some people that have all the talent in the world still can't hit a curveball no matter how hard they try, because it can last as long as eternity itself, as long as still the score is tied in the 427th inning. The game is not over. No one has won and no one has lost yet. It's a rumination on the poetry of life as opposed to the prose of living. Life is mysterious and there's no rhyme or reason to it. And I will tell you this, if you're a baseball fan like I am, I have seen something unique that I've never seen before happen at every game I've ever been to. Some fluky thing happens. I saw a triple play once in the Seattle Superdome in the Mariners, a triple play that was started by Ken Griffey Jr., who got the right jump on the ball and hit the cutoff man. It was beautiful. I saw Willie Mays' last at-bat as a New York Met at the Oakland Coliseum. A's defeated the Mets for the World Series. I was at the game where Pete Rose had tied Ty Cobb's record, was going to be coming up in the top of the next inning in Wrigley Field, but the game was called on account of darkness, so no one got to see it, and he broke the record in the next game in Cincinnati. And I saw in Yankee Stadium Tom Seaver win his 300th game pitching for the Chicago White Sox. So I've seen some damn good baseball games just by being a guy who had a ticket.
You were a Dodgers season ticket holder. Tell me about taking the typewriter to a game occasionally.
I like to score the game, and I have my own kind of like system. When you score the game, you keep it in. And by the way, my teams are, I like the Dodgers, but I love the Giants, the Oakland A's, Cleveland Indians, and go ahead, they can change that name. I won't have any problem with it. They can come up with something other than that. I'll go see any game anywhere and be totally happy. I take a typewriter sometimes just to keep up a running commentary, so I'm not just reduced to a couple of dots and a couple of letters in a little box. You can wax a little more eloquent on a typewriter. And guess what? You go back. I have those games, 5 or 6 pages stapled together. They're in a box somewhere.
What was the inside joke with you and your brother and blasting caps?
Wow, you have done your research. There was a public service message that was put together by some government agency that in the 1960s, there was so much housing construction going on, I guess somewhere, that there were these things called blasting caps that they used to detonate, I think, explosives to move earth. Does that make sense? And for some reason, they got Willie Mays to stand and read a cue card on camera that was about children avoiding blasting caps. And they played it so often that my brother and I memorized the copy. And Willie Mays has a very distinctive cadence in his vocal delivery. These are blasting caps. Remember now, don't touch them. They're very dangerous. Remember now, don't touch them. They're blasting. So save your arms, save your legs, and save your eyes. We said that over and over now. And we still say it to each other when we're at dinner now. Be careful of that fork now. Remember now, don't touch that fork. Save your arms, save your legs, and save your eyes.
How about fondest memory from a league of their own?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, not working, but going to the ballpark every day. That was it. My son Colin was with me. We were in Chicago. They were shooting the tryout sequences at Wrigley Field, but I didn't work. That was just the women. It was before my character, Jimmy Dugan, came into the movie. But we were there for rain cover in case it rained. They were going to shoot some scenes that I was in. So my son and I would go to Wrigley Field in the morning run around the field, climb out all throughout we climbed up into the announcer's booth. We sat up on the deck. We climbed up into the scoreboard and looked out the scoreboard windows down at everybody. That movie was a blast to make because we got to play baseball all day long. I played baseball all day long. And a bunch of the women, particularly on the other teams, were crackerjack ball player. And all we did, we took infield practice, and then we'd shag flies in the outfield, and we'd do some more, then we'd do pitching. We did all kinds of stuff. We just played baseball all day long. It was great. And then we made a good movie on top of it.